That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now.
OJ Simpson was a football superstar. He was a running back and came close to breaking a record for rushing yards. He won the Heisman Trophy in college, which is a big deal, and he was also the NFL Player of the Year 3 times. He became so famous from his success at it. He went on to be a commentator, a spokesperson, and a B-list actor. He had a white wife, Nicole Simpson, which was slightly controversial at the time. He abused her, and not just physically either. M.L. Rantella, who wrote a whole entire book on OJ's trial, said, while the abuse notably included brutal beatings, prosecutors contended that it was more than that. It was an obsession which included verbal attacks, humiliation, and financial control. If some people were merely upset because he, a black man, had a white wife, imagine how irate they were when they found out that he was beating her. They split up, but tensions were still high between them. October 1994. It was a typical Sunday night in Los Angeles. Nicole Simpson went out to eat with a group of friends, leaving her sunglasses behind at the restaurant. She had her friend Ronald Goldman, a waiter at the restaurant, bring them to her at her condo on Bundy Drive. He arrived at 10:30 in the evening. Soon after, the sound of wailing dogs could be heard ringing through the complex. 2 hours later, Nicole and Ron's mutilated bodies were found. The main suspect, OJ Simpson himself. The LAPD, or Los Angeles Police Department, showed up at the scene of the crime. The trail of evidence they found led them straight to OJ. His blood, glove, and footprint were at the scene of the crime. Goldman and Simpson's blood were in his home and car, and his hair was found at the scene of the crime. This is just the beginning of a long list of circumstantial and physical evidence pointed to OJ. However, the LAPD did not follow proper legal procedure while collecting evidence, so their conclusions couldn't be trusted. OJ Simpson fled to Chicago, but it was in vain, because he was forced to come back to the city. Then he wrote a suicide letter, which was read to the public by Robert Kardashian, his lawyer. In his white Ford Bronco, he escaped down LA's Interstate 45. Over 20 police were trailing him, but he would not surrender. They were going only 35 mph, but OJ was armed with a gun. People were hopping out of their cars to watch OJ pass by them. He finally succumbed to the cops and stopped. Many asked, why would he do this if he were innocent, as he claimed? These are not the actions of a guiltless man. During the trial, the defense, or Dream Team, Robert Shapiro, Johnny Cochran, F. Lee Bailey, and Alan Dershowitz used many elaborate tactics to obtain OJ's acquittal. The remarkable thing about the trial was that so much physical and circumstantial evidence was prevented, but it failed to yield a guilty verdict. The defense team was skilled enough to get Simpson an acquittal, even with the odds stacked against him. In addition, the prosecution's unprofessional handling of the evidence helped as well. The defense did this by turning the focus of the case from Simpson being guilty of murder to Mark Furman, a lead investigator covering the case, being guilty of racism. The jury was made up of primarily African Americans, so when they found out that one of the investigators on the O.J. Simpson case had made racist remarks towards African Americans, their opinion of the case was skewed in the defense's favor. The tension in the courtroom, and out of it, at this point between African Americans and Caucasians was palpable because of their stances on O.J. Simpson's situation. During the trial, issues on fairness of race were dredged up that some didn't want to face. The Simpson trial made America acknowledge them, drawing racial tensions to the forefront. On October 3, 1995, the jury acquitted Simpson of murdering Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. The jury saw evidence of the LAPD's racism and took an anti-Furman stance. How could they believe a system that had made crude remarks against their race? The outcome of the trial ripped America into two groups, one that believed O.J. was innocent and one that believed he was guilty. The O.J. Simpson trial was more than just a murder case. Because of the focus of the powerful newly emerging media put on it, it raised questions of race equality not seen since the Rodney King beating, and in the process divided the nation in half.
Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away.